Hi, I'm Valeria and welcome to Crochet Basics. And today's video we will talk about the yarn, how to choose the right yarn for your crochet project. First, let's talk about the composition of the yarn. If you want to follow my patterns and if you want to follow the videos where I'm teaching how to crochet your clothing, I will strongly recommend. Without even strongly recommend. It should be like a law or like a huge rule, which if you break, it will be on you. So, I know it sounds very tyrannic, but I want you to get out from these videos, I want you to get out with the results. So the results will be guaranteed if you are using fibers which are from natural resources. What these fibers will be. If you're using cotton, silk, linen, mixture of these three of them or two of them together, silk and cotton, silk and linen, cotton and linen, anything like that will work just fine. I will not suggest you to use viscose even if it is from natural origin. I will make later some videos about viscose, how it failed me several times. It just grows on you and whatever. Let's concentrate on what works. What works and what will give you the results you will be expecting from my videos or from my patterns is cotton, silk, linen. Combination of these three fibers, two of them or three of them together, will work just perfectly in different proportion. They also will give you different results, different visual effects, and different feeling to your body. Thickness of the yarn. You have probably heard or somebody told you that crochet is very rude and you cannot make enough clothing out of that, or it's just something you should not look at as an option for clothing. I have heard that much, and please don't believe those are rumors, and probably people just don't have enough information who are saying that. Let's have a look at the next thing. Crochet is very different from knitting from the needles. Well, what is the difference? When you're knitting something, you have just one thread and there is almost no thread going on top of the other thread. So the fabric which comes out from knitting is very flat and it is very easy for it to be very pliable, even if you are making it with a big nails, with a big thick needles. It will not matter much and the fabric will come out pliable anyway. In crochet, you have a lot of interlacing of the thread while you are crocheting. The one crochet stitch which looks and made very different from needle stitch, it will be sturdier and, as people say, ruder. But let's look at that a little bit deeper. Here we have two pieces of clothing. One is very thick 100% denim jacket, 100% cotton denim jacket. You can see how sturdy it is. And here we have this cloth blouse. As you can see, it is very pliable. It is very light. How it falls against the denim. What do you use the denim for? And what do you use viscose for? Or silk georgette? You will never be able to compare these two and say something is better than the other thing. You will never think in your head to make jeans out of this fabric. So, in crochet, if you're choosing thick yarn with thick crochet hook, what will come up with fabric which feels and looks like that? If you're using thin yarn and small crochet hook number, you will end up with something that looks and feels like that. As you can see, there is nothing wrong with this or with that. It's just different. It is different ending point, different goals, what you are achieving, and this is how you can use the right material, the right tool to come up with what you're looking for. In some project, you might be looking for something like that, and it is totally fine, it is totally okay. In some project, you might be looking for something like that, and again, it's totally fine and totally okay. When you are using cotton yarn, it will be slightly sturdier than silk yarn. If you are using linen yarn, it will be sturdier than cotton yarn and way more sturdier than silk yarn. This is how you can use, and using different crochet number, the smallest one will give you the most pliable light finished result. And if you are using higher crochet hook number with a thicker yarn, it will give you a more sturdier result. So the last thing that will affect your final result is the twist of the yarn. These two yarns, they have different twists in them. What does it mean? It means that when they use different threads and they put them together, they twisted them with a different string. When you try with your hand to open up the yarn, to twist them in the opposite direction, you can see how easy it goes and how fluffy it becomes. In contrary, with this yarn, when you're trying to twist it to another side, you need to make more like rounds with your fingers to see it open up. The more twisted the yarn is, the easier it is for you to crochet. Also, the more twisted the yarn is, the more defined and sturdier the project, the end result. However, if you're using thin yarn, your end result anyway will be pliable. If you're using thick yarn and it is very twisted, your end result will be very sturdy as the cotton jacket I just showed you. Small crochet hook with thin yarn will give you flowy and pliable end result than thick crochet hook with thick yarn. Silk yarn will give you way more flowy and pliable end result than cotton yarn, and then linen yarn. Linen yarn will be the sturdiest of three of them. The combination of these fibers can be different and can give you different results. But three fibers, silk will be the flowiest, the pliables, the most pliable will be silk, then will be cotton, and then will be linen. If the yarn is not very well twisted, the final result will be more flowy than if the yarn is twisted, it's very strongly twisted. However, from all that, for clothing, I recommend you go away for crochet hook between 125 and 305, using cotton or silk yarn, or combination cotton with silk, and using very twisted yarn. Very twisted yarn will give you speed in knitting. You will finish your garment faster. It will give you more defined stitches, and last but not least, you will be able to wear this garment way more time, years, than if the yarn is not very twisted. The twistier, the harder the yarn is, the longer the life of the garment will be. From all this, I will strongly recommend you to go for mercerized cotton. It is usually twisted, very nicely twisted yarn. I washed all my mercerized cotton in washing machine and it lasted me for years. And they were in the perfect condition, but there will be a specific video for that. Thank you very much for watching, and happy crocheting. See you next time. Bye.